So today's thought of the day is something very intriguing and I would say very relatable because, you know, we are not able to differentiate between being reactive or being responsive. So it's all about the art of not reacting. So let me tell you about a superpower that most of us have forgotten we possess. Just imagine your teenager rolls their eyes at you for the third time today. Your husband forgets to pick up groceries again. Your colleague sends a passive aggressive email copying the entire team. And your mother in law makes that comment about how things were done in her time. Now, in each of these moments, you have two choices. You can react or you can respond. And the difference between the two, that's the difference between chaos and calm, between regret and respect, between drama and dignity. So today, we are mastering the art of not reacting. So think of it in this way: reacting is like throwing gasoline on a spark, and responding is like pouring water where it's needed. Let me repeat because it's really very profound. Reacting is like throwing gasoline on a spark, and responding is like pouring water where it's needed. So when you react, you're operating on autopilot. Someone pushes your button, and boom, you explode, you defend, you attack, you cry. It's fast, it's emotional, and it's almost always makes things worse. And that spark becomes a wildfire. But when you respond, you pause, you breathe, you think, you choose your words, your tone, your approach. You put out the fire before it spreads. Or better yet, you realize there's no fire at all, just smoke. The tragedy? Most of us spend our lives reacting. We are like walking firecrackers, ready to go off at the slightest friction. But today, we are becoming water. So that's the beauty of today's session. So here's what you need to understand: reactions are impulsive, emotional, and often regretted. But responses, they are mindful, considered, and intentional. So when you react, you're letting the situation control you. But when you respond, you're taking back control. And what's the secret weapon? The pause. Yes. So between stimulus and response, between what happens to you and what you do about it, there's a sacred space. And in that space lives your freedom, your power, your peace. Now, this is another way of controlling your temper because you learn to respond instead of react. Many a times people say, the sensitivity to criticism is not going away in my handwriting. Try this, it'll go away. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, said it perfectly. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is a power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space, that pause, is where transformation happens. It's where you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the author of life. So let's see this in action with some real life situations. The teenage eye roll we were talking about. So 15-year-old daughter asks if she can go to her friend's house, and you say, "Not today. You have exams tomorrow." And she rolls her eyes and mutters, "You're so unfair." But let's say if you react to this situation, you might say, "How dare you roll your eyes at me? After everything I do for you, no phone for a week." And now you're both upset. She's resentful and you feel guilty later. Connection snapped. But let's say you respond. So, how it could be? You feel the irritation rise. You pause, you breathe, and then you say calmly, "I can see you are disappointed. I understand. But exams come first. Let's plan something fun for after your exams." Boundary set, respect maintained, connections intact. Okay, let's talk about another scenario, the passive aggressive email. Your colleague emails the team. Just wanted to clarify since some people missed the deadline last time. And you know, it's aimed at you. So if you are reactive, you fire back immediately. If you have an issue with me, say it to my face instead of hiding behind vague emails. And now you look unprofessional. Office politics intensify. But the response could be you feel your blood boil. After all, anger is also an emotion. So that has to be there and that will be there, but you're controlling. You close the email, you take 5 deep breaths. Later, you message them privately. "Hey, I noticed your email. If there's a feedback about my work, I would appreciate direct conversation. Happy to discuss." Professional boundary set, high road taken. And then, mainly all ladies will relate to it. The mother in law's advice. You are cooking dinner, your mother in law enters the kitchen and says, "Are you're adding garam masala now? That's now how we make it in our family." And then you react. Silence on the outside, volcano on the inside. You slam the spoon down, overthink it all evening, complain to your husband, and ruin your own peace. But if it's the other way around, you pause, you smile, and you say, "That's an interesting way. I've been experimenting with this method. Maybe I'll try yours next time." No defensiveness, no resentment, your peace protected, and her opinion acknowledged but not absorbed. So, how do we actually master this art? So, here are 3 powerful techniques you can use starting today. One, deep breathing. So, when triggered, take 3 deep breaths before saying anything. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4. So, this is like 4, 4, 4. So, this activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural calm button. So, those 12 seconds can save you from a lifetime of regret. Or the other technique can be count to 5. It's like the sacred pause. Literally count in your head: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this tiny delay interrupts your automatic reaction and gives your rational brain time to catch up with your emotional brain. And then, technique number 3, ask, "What outcome do I want?" So before responding, quickly ask yourself, what do I actually want from this situation? Do I want to be right or do I want peace? Do I want to win or do I want connection? This question changes everything. And remember, the goal isn't to suppress your emotions. It's to feel them, acknowledge them, and then choose what to do with them. So here's what changes when you stop reacting. Your relationships improve because people feel heard, not attacked. Your self respect grows because you are no longer a slave to your impulses. Your stress decreases because you are not constantly in the battle mode. Your influence expands because calm people command rooms. So the most powerful people are not the loudest. They are the ones who can remain centered in the storm. They are the ones who pause when everyone else is exploding. That can be you. In fact, that should be. So, your practice this week is beautifully simple, the pause technique. Every time you feel triggered today, and you will, life guarantees it, take 3 deep breaths before responding. Just three. That's it. Before you snap at your child, before you send that angry text, or before you make that sarcastic comment. 3 breaths, pause, choose. And then tonight, before you sleep, journal about it. Ask yourself, what situations triggered me today? Where did I successfully pause? Or how did pausing change my interactions? Or where did I react instead? And what would I do differently next time? So, this practice builds your pause muscle. And the stronger that muscle gets, the more powerful you become. So, let me leave you with this profound truth. In the architecture of a beautiful life, the pause is not empty space, it's the foundation. And it's where wisdom is born, where peace is built, where the woman you are meant to become finally has room to emerge. So you're not your reactions, you're not your impulses, you're the conscious choice that exists in the space between. So here's my challenge. Starting right now, commit to the pause. When life provokes you, and it will, breathe, count, ask, choose. Stop reacting. Start responding. Reclaim your power one pause at a time. Because the woman who masters her reactions, she masters her life. So now you can go and practice your superpower. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.